We did it. Finally, after struggling to source wrestling figures for the entire year so far for the store, including when I thought we were finally going to start getting some momentum with it, with the mail series I called Mail Rush, which was a massive disaster. It just wasn't good. It was just disappointing. Everything I did get was all right, and we didn't get an awful lot. But finally, we've got something huge. This is the biggest action figure bundle I've ever opened on the channel. Until now, the two biggest were 44 and 46 figures. This is 48 figures plus a bundle of rumblers, which weren't included in the 48 figure count. So added value. Now for these 48 figures, I paid £38. Wonderful. And I'm really not sure how that is physically possible with how we've just been outbid on everything all year. But I digress. There are some really good gems in here, including one figure that I think is probably worth the price of admission alone. I thought we'd do this video format of things. I'm not going to sit here with a box taking up the whole video. I'm going to move the box off to the side. But I'm still going to, use the table to show you guys what we're getting. I thought this would be better than me standing up and holding everything up to the camera. The figures don't really focus in, and the lighting goes all weird when I move everything forward, when I got the front facing camera on, and so on and so forth. So yeah, really impressed with this bundle. Like I say, we have a few gems in here, but one of them is definitely worth the bundle on its own. It's a figure that recently actually got an updated Elite, but I wasn't really paying attention when it came out. I don't think we got a lot of them over here anyway. But yeah, as you can see, we are still struggling for space. As I mentioned, the last time I did a mail opening this way, when I did the Disaster Figs store stuff, none of that is sold since that video, so we still have all that stuff. We still have no space, but we're adding another 48 action figures to the store. So I'm sure this is I'm sure that's going to help matters, So we got some newspaper, some bubble wrap, some green bubble wrap, a small piece of bubble wrap. He's definitely just emptied his packaging box on the top of this. And first of all, here we have a grey Big E. Now, I can't even sell his Elite, his red Elite from this same era, so I doubt this is going to be much individually. But like I say, we paid 38 for 48 figures, so we don't really need to make the value back on every figure. We're already like, I try to spend £1 a figure, so we're already like 10 figures for free. So we've got a Super Strikers Roman Reigns, and it doesn't even seem like the action is working anymore. Like that seems to be gone. I do have one of these listed currently for like £4. I won't have even counted that when I was totaling up what I wanted to spend on this. I'll have literally not counted that. That and this Flex Force. We're off to a very slow start here. But yeah, they're already damaged, pre-damaged Flex Force. They're probably just going to go straight in the damaged figure bundle, those two. Have we got anything else that looks damaged from the get-go? No, we look okay actually. So we're going to move on to this Sami Zayn basic. It does what it says on the tin. It's a Sami Zayn basic. It's basic, but it's alright, I can go in the Disaster Figs store, of course. And we have a Chris Jericho Titantron Live. Now this is really nice. Oh no, sorry, Edge Titantron Live. I meant Edge. I said Chris Jericho. Yeah. We got these nice purple trunks. Yeah, really nice. Really nice figure that for Titantron. I'm just going to keep standing them up here for the time being, and then when it starts getting out of hand, we'll look at changing that. We've got the original Classic Superstars Andre with those weird like locking knees that don't go completely flat. I don't know. I don't understand this style of figure. I don't know what Jakks were thinking. But it's Andre the Giant, so we should be able to sell it. We should be able to get a few pounds for that if he stands up. We have got a lovely Sin Cara Flex Force. No hands at all. And the action doesn't work anymore. Wow. So, yeah. Some of the figures might have been more than free, but, a lot of them weren't worth having. We got a Cesaro basic. Very valueless basic, but it goes with the Big E, etc. in a bundle we can stick on Vinted. Or I can even trade them into my local store, which is a new option I have. You know, cheap figures I can't shift. I could easily just move on the bits that aren't worth anything straight to them for a few quid. Make a good whack back on this straight from that. We got a Kevin Owens. His face is a little bit stained. But other than that, you know, Kevin Owens basic. I mean, straighten your leg out, man. Okay, you guys just lie down then. We've got a Eddie Guerrero Titantron Live. Generally speaking, as long as it's not those really crappy like fake bone crunches, if it's Eddie, someone will buy it. I actually bought one of these once. You used to get this weird recurring thing on eBay where you'd get a Matt Hardy Deluxe and this Eddie Guerrero, and eventually I bought it because I don't know, I just like the head scan. It's kind of like, I don't know, kind of like the expression. I've always had this weird nostalgia for Titantron figures, like nostalgia for a time where I wasn't around. It's interesting. We got a Lita Titantron as well, and unlike the last one of these I had from a bundle a few years ago, it still has some paint on the chest, so that's good, because the one I recently traded into said store was basically boobs out for the lads. We've got John Cena Flex Force, no fingers on that hand, action is broken again. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe he's supposed to do a splash. I don't know. Doesn't matter. All of that kind of stuff is just going in. Broken bundle. We didn't have any expectations or plans for that. You know, they were intended to be write-offs. We've got Bray Wyatt basic. You know, it is what it is. Bray Wyatt. We've got, let's do a good basic. We've got a Shawn Michaels basic. This is in the style of the Lost Legends Elite. Very nice figure. Should be worth a few pounds. Not your average basic, that one. Hopefully should sell to someone as well. Relatively easy. You should be able to get rid of that, get a few pounds for that. We'll go for another rubbish basic now. We'll go for Dean Ambrose. Again, just valueless dross. Literally just stick it in a Vinted bundle and hope someone picks it up. We could go as low as we want on this bundle, as I say. We're going to get a Miz basic from the Mizdow era. Not the most interesting thing in the world. We've got... Oh! Is that our sign to stop standing them up on the table? I'm still not going to. We've got a Ziggler basic. This might carry a few pounds. You know, he might have gone up a little bit due to, you know, him not being with WWE anymore. Maybe there's a little bit more demand for him. I don't really know. Let's see. We got a Lesnar. Oh, it's the basic. Now the elite of this style Lesnar is the one I used to want, because it was from the time where he beat, I think it was when he beat Cena at SummerSlam, and I predicted the results of every match. So by the time I got to the main event, I was really hyped, you know. I was like, oh, come on, gotta get them all right, you know. I kind of wanted the Brock from that. I don't really want Brock at all now. I don't really care. I never really cared for him that much, but, you know, certainly just let him go now. But it's a nice enough Brock, and it'll probably sell, you know. It's people like Brock. They don't necessarily care for cancellation and all that kind of stuff. Gonna do another good basic here as well, because we have another basic Big Show. Now these are really cool. These seem to be able to sell really quickly for £11 at the moment, despite the fact that people have them listed cheaper. You know, I've had two listed recently for £12, and they've sold within like a day. I had someone sent me an offer on one. That was just a pathetic offer, and then it just sold full price like shortly after. I think it was listed for £11. He sent me an offer of like 5 or 6 or something. I was like, nah. And then someone just bought it like an hour later. Completely different person. It wasn't the same guy, but yeah. Carrying on after tidying up the table and taking a little minute break while the dog wanted to be in. We've got a Flex Force Ryback. The only one with his hands intact and the action intact as well. So that's impressive. You know, Ryback saves the day for the Flex Force guys. No, honestly, even if the Flex Force is fine on the listing, I don't value it at anything, because it'll probably be damaged by the time either by the time it gets to me or by the time I send it to the person who wants it. You know, the amount of times I've had them listed and then like just seen it in the bag and realized the hand is ripped off. It's like, yeah. We got a basic Sheamus. People love to beat up their basic Sheamuses. You know, if I had £1 for every time they had like paint wear and marks all over a Sheamus I had in, I'd probably be making more from that than from selling those Sheamuses. You know, I guess people don't like him as a heel. I know that the marks are going to show up a bit better because he's white or plastic, but, you know, there's a limit. Unless maybe it's the type of plastic, I guess. Maybe just attracts the marks a bit more. I don't know. We've got a Steve Cold Stone Austin Titantron Live with one of those head scans that doesn't really look anything like him. But yeah, cool enough. Kind of valueless. The figure that I think is worth the price of the whole thing is here, but I'm just going to keep it. I'm going to keep it off to the side. I'm going to keep that till last. I'm going to do Kofi. I've had this Kofi before, and I spoke about how this type of silver always reminds me of like sweets that are like cola flavored, like Mawam sweets and stuff like that, and you'd get like the silver packaging for cola. Not really sure why, but yeah, more interesting Kofi than usual. He's got the nice tattoos, the wings all over his back, etc. Pretty cool. Oh god, there's too many Flex Forces in this bundle. We got Flex Force the Rock, but that one still works, so maybe that might actually sell. We got a Classic Superstars Ultimate Warrior. This is the kind that my neighbor had when I was a kid. Really, really filthy legs and knee pads. Other than that, it looked pretty clean. Bit of paint wear on the heart on his chest. Otherwise, though, should be a fairly reasonable figure. Might need a, you know, it'll need a bit of a fig bath on those legs, and I'll need to work out a way to put this arm down because it doesn't seem to want to go either way. But yeah, you know, not the worst figure in the world, not the best figure in the world, probably worth a couple of pounds. It's always nice to see Warrior. It's always, you know, he's always a good guy to have in a bundle, no matter what type of Warrior, really. We got a basic Triple H. He's one of those that's there's not really any value in him, but he will sell. Again, he could do with a bit of a cleanup, a bit mucky on the knee pads, etc. Not really the most interesting Triple H in the world, but it is Triple H. So like I say, someone will buy him. Another really, really just dull basic Fandango. Yeah, just no money in it, no real interest in it, you know. This bundle fodder, I suppose. Let's do a good one. Let's do a really good one, right? So we've got it's not super good actually, it needs a bit of a clean, but after it's had a clean it'll be a really good one. We got this Cody Rhodes Elite. And this marks 2 Cody Rhodes Elites I've ever had, and both of them were in big mail bundles. I don't know if I ever did a video on the other one, but it appears in DSW. It's DSW Iron After WrestleFest. That's the Cody, you know, the Elite 2, 3, whichever one it is. Yeah, he needs a bit of a clean up to the face. He's got the Cody Rhodes Brotherhood shirt on, you know, from when he was teaming with Goldust. The torso looks immaculate, but you know, the legs need a bit of work, I guess, as well. I probably won't keep this. I'll probably sell this because I do have the young Cody, and other than if I wasn't going to use that young Cody, which I was kind of using it for a gimmick, so yeah, I probably would keep using that Cody. And if I didn't, I'd just get a new one, you know. So I probably won't keep this, but nice to see in a bundle of 48 figures for £38, and we have a Cody Elite hiding away in there. Definitely going to be a few pounds in there. It'll be good in the store. Let's get this. Possibly the worst thing I've ever seen. A Flex Force Alberto Del Rio that already has a broken hand, no action, literally, and the head itself is mangled up as well. Just pure garbage. The person is garbage. The figure's garbage, and the figure's even in garbage condition for a garbage figure. We got a Titantron Live Undertaker, and we need to clean whatever the hell that is off the side and the front. There won't be anything in it even when we do, but you know, we can put him in a Titantron bundle or something. He is actually astoundingly filthy compared to the others. We've got a Deluxe Aggression Batista. Now this might sell. There's a bit of a cult market for Deluxes, and you know, Batista's popular enough. He's kind of one of those figures where when he's in deluxe form, he's so big, like he's just larger than life. So I guess there's kind of an interest there. It's not in bad condition, bit of paint wear, bit of markings, you know. All of this stuff will be up in my store probably by the time you see this video, because I have another mail opening to release before this. So it should all be listed. So if you're interested in anything, just check out the Disaster Figs link in the description box below. We have got a Trash Talking Slammers The Rock. Yeah, not really much to say about that. Not the best kind of figure in the world. Again, you'd think there'd maybe be a niche following for people who grew up with them and kind of wanted them, but nope, there is not. We got a Rikishi Tantron Live with ponytail intact and necklace intact. You don't see that every day, so that's not bad. That's probably worth a couple of pounds. Yeah. Apart from that huge green mark on his thigh that doesn't look like it's going to come out. You never know. You never know. Might still be able to sell it. Who knows? I've got some kind of Lex Luger. Oh no, it's Billy Gunn. That's funny. There's Billy Gunn where he looks older than he does now. And he's like dark orange, like blood orange colour. Mr. BA. It's not a bad figure, to be honest. It's still single jointed elbow Titantron, but it does have its unique kind of decal and unique knee pad decals as well. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. We got a Daniel Bryan basic. You'd think these would be worth like something, or at least they'd be the type of figures that, you know, they're not worth anything, but they do sell. But no, they're bundle fodder. And that one barely even stands up. Oh yes, this isn't bad. R-Truth basic. That'll definitely be worth a few pounds. Well, I might hold on to it since we didn't get the Greatest Hits Elite one, just in case I want to mess about with him with any kind of backstage segments or anything. I don't know. It's a good figure. Early R-Truth, you know, not bad at all. Not as good. Neville basic. Even his elites and AEW figures aren't really worth much, you know. Bundle fodder again, I suppose. Okay, I'm going to clear out the figures again. And now that they have mysteriously cleared up, we've got a Rob Van Dam Titantron, and quite a nice one, but no ponytail. It's not ideal, is it? You know, it's alright. There's quite a lot of paint wear as well on it as well. A bit sticky. Could do with a bit of a clean up. Probably should have kept some like hand wipes or something aside. If I'm opening a bundle this big, just in case we are getting filthy figures. It seems to have been happening a lot recently when we've actually been able to pick things up. We've got a basic Zack Ryder. Again, not a lot of money in it, but it should sell. Or at least should make a bundle sell, hopefully. We've got a Brood Matt Hardy to match the Brood Matt Hardy I already have. I don't have a Brood Jeff. Oh, no, this one's slightly different. This one has no jointed elbows. You know, I said earlier the Billy Gunn was single jointed elbows. No, it's no jointed elbows. Yeah, interesting figure, but I thought they'd be worth something, but they just aren't. I had one sat on eBay for a very long time. This isn't a bad figure though. We've got an Elite Finn Balor, Demon Finn. It's been a good while since I had one of these. Definitely been like a year or so since I last had an Elite Finn. But you're looking at like 15. So that's really good. You know, always nice to pick up. As I say, nice to pick up in a bundle like this where we've got such value right out the gate with it. We've got a basic Undertaker. I'm going to say it. Not a lot of value in it, but it should sell. Yeah, bit of paint wear, bit of marking on him, but should be all right. We are finally getting towards the end of this. We've got an Xavier Woods. Not the most interesting thing in the world, but at least we have like a full set of mismatched New Day figures now. You know, we could bundle them up. Let's do one hit now. The last couple of figures, the Rumblers, accessories, and then the big hit. So this is the next big hit. And this is an Earl Hebner referee figure. This is really not a bad hit. I've said many times when I first started out buying bundles of wrestling figures, I thought I'd go through so many Earl Hebners. But this one behind me here, the DSW Earl Hebner, is the only one I've ever came across. And that I got last year, in last year's mail rush. And this is another one. So I think these are like 12 to 15, which is really good. Unfortunately, he has the same loose arm as my Earl, so I'll just keep the one I already have. And he could do with a bit of a clean, but definitely very welcome to pick up. Actually, you know, mine probably has the shirt in better condition, although mine is slightly discolored. And another thing you can do with this is absolutely the best head you can get to do a custom figure of Big Daddy. Paint that white, job done. But it's not so easy to get the Earl Hebner if you don't want to pay the 12, 15 pounds I quoted you earlier. We got a young Randy, filthy. These seem to have gotten dirtier the lower down in the box we've gone. Yep, not much in there. He's doing the young Randy pose, yeah. Got an older Randy. This should sell again. Not a lot of money. Oh no, nope. We're missing a thumb. That's a shame. Other than that, oh, it would have been a nice purple Orton, but the decal's kind of worn away as well. It's a bit disappointing. It is what it is. We got the 15th Vince McMahon Titantron live figure of the year. This is what I thought Earl Hebner would be like. Like this is just in every bundle now. And you know, when I was younger, it felt like everybody had one of these when they were a kid, but I guess they really did. And that one doesn't want to stand up. We got a wheel. Oh, so before I go any further in the accessories, we have Finn Balor's two things, tassel things. So that will make him slightly more saleable as well. We've got a WCW tire. I don't think I've ever seen this before. It's like really thin. It's like a really thin tire accessory. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one of those before. I don't really have much interest in it, but I do have some WCW accessories that I can bundle up with it, such as in the mail opening video that went out before this one. We have a jacket. Whose jacket is this? Is that? I honestly don't know whose jacket this is. The wings on the back. I was thinking it was like a Randy jacket, but I don't know. I'll find out. I'll know by the time you see this video, but yeah, we've got a US title in the bronze plate, no decal version, which I kind of weirdly like these belts. I don't know why. I guess it's just because they're a bit different, but they're a bit different in a bad way, so I need to not like that. Oh god, look at this. In the bottom of the box we just have chunks of broken Flex Force figure. Yeah, that's gross. So the small figures, we have this kind of sticky rubber Santino Marella thing. I've never seen this before in my life. He had a bit of Flex Force stuck to him. He kind of looks like Michael Cole. He kind of has a look of Michael Cole on this head scan. You know, that's like the Michael Cole in ring. You know, I mean, you could easily custom that into a Michael Cole WrestleMania, whatever the fuck type of figure this is. Next, we have microaggressions. Two of them things to go with the unholy trinity that I currently have for microaggressions of Hardcore Holly, the Boogeyman, and Elijah Burke. We have Shawn Michaels and John Cena. Yeah. So with 5 of them, maybe we're now looking at actually having enough for a bundle. The end of the small figures, we have a Sheamus, a Sin Cara, a Randy Orton, and two more actually, Rey Mysterio, purple gloves, and a John Cena Rumbler. So there we go, yeah. So we got 5-figure Rumblers bundle there we could get up. The Rumblers that I picked up a few months ago, I actually still have most of them. I separated them into bundles, and then I listed them. One of them sold, the rest of them did not. Then I bundled them all back up in one big bundle. They have a few watches on it, but they don't seem to be going anywhere soon. But that's another Rumblers bundle, I suppose. And I'm just going to get the hit figure out and show you the bottom of the box. Oh no, Flex Force pieces, don't Don't hide away. You don't want to get the guys. I want to let everyone have a good, oh look at that, a good look at all the Flex Force gubbins in there. Can you see them? Can you see all the Flex Force pieces? Yeah, I sent all the figures flying again, didn't I? So we come to the main event, and I'm not going to lie, I was waiting for a while for Willow to stop barking a second ago before I said the whole thing about Santino looking like Michael Cole. And while I did that, I had a little inspection. Not that the thing, not that the issues aren't blatant right off the bat, but it wasn't the reason I bought this bundle. I'd have bought this bundle anyway. It's a good bundle. It just happens to have another gem hidden away in it, and a really good one at that. It also just happens that it's not that good of a gem. So I spotted in the middle of it this Build-A-Figure Paul Bearer figure with an arm missing, and I thought, that's an easy fix. You know, if there's one thing on this planet I can do, it's put a spare Build-A-Figure arm into this Paul Bearer. And like I said earlier, I missed his new Elite when it came out, and sure, I would prefer to have a Paul Bearer that didn't just have a generic suit body and actually had a body that was, you know, like Paul Bearer's, his actual body, short and stumpy. But like I say, we weren't really paying attention when it came out, and it doesn't look like they were all that available in the UK, so I would happily settle for a Build-A-Figure one. And like I say, £38 for a Build-A-Figure Paul Bearer sounds about right. You know, it's cheaper than you're going to get the new Elite for. However, as you might have noticed already, I mean, you can see kind of from there, and you can see kind of from there, I think someone was a bit annoyed that his Build-A-Figure Paul Bearer's arms wouldn't stay in and super glued them in place. So we aren't, I mean it's ruined. It's ruined. The suit's ruined. That's the top and bottom of it. Like, I was going to say we're not going to be able to get that arm out, but the suit's ruined anyway. So what I actually think, I mean, it looks like, it does look like there's more super glue on his legs as well. I don't know if maybe they've, yeah, I think they've super glued the legs in as well. Not that I've ever had good luck with getting the legs out of these things anyway. What I think I've actually bought here is the head of a Paul Bearer Build-A-Figure, which is nowhere near as good as, like, you know, 3/4 of a Paul Bearer Build-A-Figure that I just need to stick an arm in. But it's better than nothing, you know? I mean, we got a dross throwaway damaged bundle thing, but we got a Build-A-Figure Paul Bearer head that we can stick on a different Build-A-Figure. So I'm actually going to do a recap of this bundle, because we got so much good stuff in so many different sort of corners of it. I'm going to go through the absolute best bits. So I'll just set that up. So to recap the 5 biggest hits, we got a basic Big Show, which again should be about £11. So that should be good. We got an Earl Hebner referee figure, which should be 12 to 15. It depends on the market, really. You know, it depends who's listing Earl Hebners, who wants Earl Hebners, and, you know, how much people are listing Earl Hebner for. We got a Cody Rhodes Elite, which I would hope and or expect it would be 10 to 15. But I suppose it might be a little bit less with the Cody Rhodeses around now, although they aren't the most, like, you know, readily available things, the new Codys. I don't know. We've got the Finn Balor Elite, complete with arm tassels, which should be about 15, hopefully. So that's really good. And finally, the main attraction, which just isn't as good as we'd hoped, we got a Paul Bearer Build-A-Figure head. Yeah, we got a head. And I do have a Rick Rude torso, so you can have a slightly off red tie torso with whatever Build-A-Figure I get the legs of next. And I've got some Paul Ellering arms. You can have some blue arms with his black jacket, you know. I don't know. A little bit disappointed with this, but the bundle in general is so good. I can't really be all that mad. And like I say, it's my own fault for not being around at a Paul Bearer time. I don't know if I ever had an opportunity to get it. My own fault for not being around when the Elite came around. I don't know if I ever had the opportunity to get it, but you know, I didn't. And we've at least got the head now, so we can make some kind of Paul Bearer. I wouldn't just say Paul Burchill a second ago as well. Any instances of me saying Paul Burchill instead of Paul Bearer in this video are now replaced with me saying Paul Bearer instead of Paul Burchill. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, please do check out the mail opening playlist in the end screen where I've done a lot more of these wrestling action figure bundles. And like I say, if you're interested, if you're UK based and you're interested in wrestling action figures, then please do check out my store, Disaster Figs, in the description box below. My store has everything for better prices than I can list them for on eBay. And if you're not interested in anything currently, you can also check out the Facebook page and just support the store. That way, I really do appreciate anything you can give me in terms of support. That also extends to likes, comments, and subscriptions from this video. I really do appreciate all that support, and I really do appreciate you guys joining me. So thank you all for watching, and goodbye. So first of all, we have Willow's barking. We have Willow barking. We have just pieces of broken Flex Force figures in the bottom of the box. She shut up yet? Kind of looks like Michael Cole on that head scan. Willow's barking again. Oops.